Hello, everybody. My name is Roger, and welcome to the Database Group's 15.9 planning. Today with me is Alex. Say hello, Alex.
Hello, Alex.
Thank you, Alex.
Sorry.
We're going to go through what we've got planned and kind of where we are currently and some of the new directions we're thinking about taking some exploration. So for starters, in 15.9, our team continues to not be at full capacity. We've got 2 out of our 7 members proceeding with onboarding and ramping up, and we're expecting to be fully capacity in about 2 more milestones. For some of the things we're looking at, a lot of these themes continue forward from before. One is looking at our batch background migrations, and the general directional theme we want to aim for here is to help our users understand how long a batch background migration might take, and just some estimates there we think will help people better plan their upgrade path. Alex, do you want to touch on this a little bit more?
Yeah, the other critical part that we're hoping to wrap up in this upcoming milestone is parallelization. So running more than one batch background migration at a time. And we hope that this will not only speed up our own migrations, but also for our customers, especially those running them in the background, will allow them to execute these migrations more quickly, but still maintain the safety. So
cool. Yeah, that's super exciting. The next item here we have is CI partitioning support. So we've been working to sort of help partition these tables on GitLab that are just getting bigger and bigger. And the idea here is once we set up some basic foundations, we want to make sure we can partition basically everything by default, leveraging existing tooling that we're developing. Yeah, I'll let Alex dive into a bit more detail here as well.
Yeah, we've made some good progress on CI partitioning in the last milestone. We're very close to adding the 0 partition for our largest database table CI builds. And we were really hoping we would get that one done this milestone, but it's very big and it's very complicated. And even just building new indexes on it has proven challenging. So it's going slow, but we've made some good progress. And I think we're really hoping to get that partitioning done in 15.9.
And just to clarify, the 0 partition here really just means, we're introducing the concept of partitions without actually partitioning anything. So we're setting up a lot of the infrastructure in place to unblock the actual partitioning work to come.
Yeah, yep. So 0 partitioning here means that we'll have a single partition, but it will be with it. The table will be partitioned, but only with one partition. So the application has to work as though it's a partitioned table. And then we'll introduce additional partitions in the future, and we'll be able to use them for all sorts of stuff like retention guiding and guidance and that kind of thing for people who want to drop old logs and stuff like that. So
cool. And then the third theme we have here is about automated database testing. And again, this is something that we've been ongoing for some time, but the long-term idea here is if we can identify queries that are introduced that might potentially be poorly performing, then we can mitigate a lot of challenges in our systems and also just help with our overall theme of system stability. Alex, do you want to touch on some of the details here as well?
That is a spot-on description of what we're trying to accomplish here. Database review is a complicated and difficult part of our process here internally for getting code merged, and this automated testing is aimed at alleviating some of those issues. Specifically, we're hoping to make a lot more progress now on query reporting and getting those new queries actually recorded and reported in a meaningful way. I don't know.
Cool. And then lastly, we have 2 priority issues we would just like to highlight and call out. So the first one here is about removing old migrations. And we've started some of this process, but clearly it's not yet complete. And part of this, I think, is, again, following our theme of trying to automate and make easy repetitive tasks. I know John has invested in some tooling and modernized some of it so that we can start squashing some of these things. And then secondly, the priority area here for Diogo is to help us start to identify database tables that don't match our schema expectations. And we're hoping this as a broader theme will help us, again, improve the resiliency and stability of our system, because what we expect is what our system actually has. Alex, anything else you wanna highlight here?
Yeah, I just want to, there's an exciting new addition to our remove migrations in 15 is because we added the required stop in 15.4, we've expanded the scope of that issue very slightly to take us all the way to that required stop, rather than stopping at the previous required stop which is when we filed this issue. Partly because that gets us a little bit more out of this automation right at the beginning, and partly because it means we've been able to update and augment our required stop process so that those required stops will be better enforced when folks are actually making them. And we'll expect to see some documentation around this too, which is going to be really good, I think.
Cool. Well, thank you so much. It's super, super exciting. And that's it for our 15.9 planning from the database group. Thank you.
Yeah.